So hopefully by now you have enough knowledge to work your way around Blender and make your own simple meshes. Now that you're at this point, we can talk about how to create your asset and import it into Unity. So modeling. Using your knowledge of the simple keybinds and modifiers from earlier videos, you should be able to create a simple model such as this. Just bear in mind the following things when creating your model. Topology. Try to keep as much of your model as possible as quads, which is when a face has 4 verts. Tris are okay, which have 3 verts, but n-gons are not, and that is when a face has more than 4 verts. This is just to make your modeling experience smoother and easier for future you as you work on your model more. This said, ultimately use what works for you in the moment. There's no topology police. Don't go too high poly. Keep polygon counts low to preserve resources when running your game. In general, if it's viewed up close, it can be a higher detail, but if it's viewed from far away, then it should be as low poly as you can get away with. Apply your modifiers. Some modifiers, such as the subsurf modifier, will export just fine using whatever settings apply to whatever you see in the viewport. However, for peace of mind, I apply my modifiers since it will then for sure make it in during the exporting process. Exporting. Come the time to export your model and bring it into Unity, there's a few things to keep in mind. Format. There are 2 main file formats you can export to, FBX and Wavefront OBJ. Generally speaking, I suggest exporting to FBX since it's the most flexible, but both work just fine for simple things. Materials. This is not something I've covered yet, but some of you will know about materials already and have applied some to your models. There are some exceptions to this rule, but just assume that materials made in Blender will not export to Unity. You need to recreate them and apply them within Unity itself. Up and forward axis. Blender uses Z as the up axis, while Unity uses Y. This is why when importing a model from Blender to Unity, you will often find, as you bring it into a scene, there will be a parent object with the mesh as a child, with some rotation applied to it. In theory, you should be able to set the forward and up vectors during export to mitigate this, but I've always forgotten how to do this, so I just don't, and instead deal with it in Engine. If you've made it this far, then congratulations. You've successfully made a model and imported it into Unity, so now you can make cool looking 3D games. From here, you should be ready to do more basic modeling and your own exploration of techniques and tools within Blender to extend your capabilities. In future, I hope to make some more videos with more advanced tools, tips, and techniques, and touch upon some of the more advanced features that people may find themselves using, such as animation, rigging, and texturing.